for St. John of the Cross. Vocal prayer. The beginning of relationship is the first stage of the spiritual journey of prayer, serving as the foundational step in building a personal connection with God. Here is a clear explanation. What it is. Vocal prayer is the act of speaking to God, either aloud or silently, using words, whether they are formal prayers taught by the Church, such as the Our Father, Hail Mary, or prayers of the Mass and Liturgy of the Hours, or spontaneous expressions from one's own heart. It is the most accessible form of prayer, as it aligns with our human nature to communicate through language, allowing us to express our thoughts, feelings, hopes, and desires to God openly. Its role as the beginning of relationship. Just as verbal communication is essential for starting and nurturing any human relationship, vocal prayer is the first way we initiate and grow in our connection with God. It is through speaking to Him that we begin to make our presence known to Him, express our love and trust, and open ourselves to His presence in return. St. John teaches that this initial act of reaching out with words lays the groundwork for deeper forms of prayer and spiritual intimacy later on. Key principles St. John emphasizes: heart over words. While vocal prayer uses language, St. John stresses that the quality of the prayer depends not on the number of words or the complexity of the language, but on the fervor, sincerity, and attention of the heart. He warns against praying words without thinking about or caring about the one we are speaking to. As he notes, God knows our needs even before we speak. So what matters most is our willingness to engage with Him in love and humility. Avoid attachment to forms. St. John advises against becoming overly attached to specific ceremonies, devotions, or modes of vocal prayer, except for those directly taught by Christ, such as the Our Father. He reminds us that these forms are tools to help us connect with God, not ends in themselves, and we should not let them become obstacles to a genuine relationship, a stepping stone to deeper prayer. Vocal prayer is not the final goal, but a starting point. As we grow in our relationship with God through vocal prayer, St. John teaches that our prayer will naturally become simpler and more focused, leading us to the next stages of meditation, seeking God with the mind, and eventually to contemplation, quiet, loving attention, and union with God. In short, for St. John of the Cross, vocal prayer is the first step on the path to knowing and loving God, a way to begin a conversation that deepens over time into a profound and intimate relationship.
Subis